How's everybody doing? Okay, that didn't work. What are you doing? Gotta do it this way. Oh, here. Okay, muted. Here we go. We're good. Let me put I got the lighting's okay in here. How's everybody doing? That might help. Oh, okay. Now I'm live. Sorry. Oh, all right. How are we doing? Hi, world. How's everybody doing? Michael Rolla here, Sunday Spiritual Session. I took a Sunday off. Been taking some time off, some well-needed time off that I'm still not out of yet. So I'm getting there, charging a lot of centers. This one's going to take a while. I think the Lion's Gate's going to help a lot, but I have to set my alignments before the Michael. I just read you. Hi, Michael. And I'm waving. It was good for the Lion's Gate. I got to set there's a lot of grid formations that need to be set. So yeah, I'm going through coloration patterns right now. Hi, Nicole. Good to see you. So I kind of just jotted a bunch of stuff down. Was it yesterday? Had a really, really powerful message from Source that came in, and I was just like bawling my eyes out in the shower. And it felt great, and that's when I'm so in the zone when I'm in the shower, man. God, I gotta find a way. I will. One day, I'm gonna be recording from the shower. It's gonna be hilarious. And he basically just said, like, everything that's going on, like, and there's so much worry and there's so much fear, and it was just that reminder, like, like you're all sovereign beings. I gave you that sovereignty to choose to your experience, and so, when he came through, it was just like, he was just telling me like, my love cannot be beaten. And it was just the most powerful message. I was just like, it was bringing me to tears, and because I always feel for humanity, I always feel for what's going on. And then Source was just like, it's that idea, like, we've already won, and we just got to go through the motions, so, and that's what we all have to be here for, we have to be here for each other. When you're going through it, you need somebody to talk to, come talk to me, it's like, that's what we're all here for, come talk to Source, talk to your angels, talk to your guides, and yeah, it was really powerful. I wanted to capture it in the moment, but I'm not necessarily set up for that. So I'm getting there. There's gonna be a lot more powerful things coming through, but really important that we all. Oh, and the message was we're winning this for all of us. Like there's a lot that we can deal with during life, but you think of all the people that came before us, all the beings, all the souls, all the first wavers, whatever wavers, all the originals, people that came here to do it, to start this whole process off. It's when love wins, it's like we're winning for everybody. We're winning for the people that weren't able to win when they were here on life. Like, whew, here it comes, and that's a powerful thing. You are winning for everyone that's been here before you. You are here, right? We're the ones who get to be here during this time. We're winning for all of us. And I don't want to say, like, we owe it, and we, you know what I mean? It's all connected, and Source love, the love that I am, will never be beaten. Period. Right? So, that's where we're coming to, guys. It was really powerful. I was just bawling my eyes out, and not like, uncontrollably, but, when you connect to Source, I was just charging my power centers, showering after work, I was just like draining it down, and then I was just sitting it, like, I had my hands like this, and I was just like, my whole body was just like pulsating, just like the fire coming off my body, just like fueling my whole system. And that's when Source came in and was just like, you think I can be defeated? You know what I mean? Like, it was like, oh, so powerful. It was so, and then I yelled at him, like, we need more. And then I didn't yell. And I was like, okay, well, we're tired of waiting, because it's my love, right? Well, I'm tired. Why am I making myself wait? You know? Oh, I wanted to make myself wait so I could learn the lesson that if I then wasn't here, I wouldn't even need to know the lesson. So I got to learn a lesson so for the place that I'm going to go to in case I get there, and then I might need to know the lesson, or I could have just never needed to, like that's pretty much my dialogue with spirit. It gets really funny. Because it always comes back to love. It always comes back to that center point, and it's great. Because anything that you think of or you create is extension out from the center point. So anything you're trying to, that's why I like with the mind and the brain. We're trying to figure out everything. You're not gonna figure it out. It's like, and I have a pretty funny reference I think in my notes here. Okay, yeah. I'll just. It all kind of wraps up together, but I didn't write it out, so it wraps up together. So I just blab, and then it always kind of does. So the example I gave is, how it's like we have psychology, and then you have like, what we're doing spirituality, and like people are channeling, and people are doing like all the. Hey Nicole, yeah, I'll get you in a second. Let me. Hold on, no, I'll do it now because I'm not sorry. What do you got? Hey Sarah, hi, how you doing? The flame I saw while in meditation. Okay. It's your gift. So it's an achievement, Nicole. It's returning to you, whatever that is. So whatever flame you saw, I was just talking with Angel. Hi Angel, if you see this, she hops on, and it was really interesting when she mentioned it. That she's been feeling a lot of fire too. So because I've been feeling it too, and really what's coming. With the flame, with the lion's gate, it's going to be burning away all the old dead wood and all the dead. So it's really there's always the videos that say like, now's the time to stand up and do this and get going, and the reality is it's always the time. There's never because time keeps going. There's never like like it's always time, right? Like you're never too late. You're always enough time to change your life. There's always enough. So with this one, Lionsgate fire, and it's going to be the voice of source. It's going to burn it all away. But it's happening within us, and there's a recognition. So to reference me and Angel talking, and I don't know if I mentioned it, I kind of did that. For me, I've been going through such an intense how can I say it? Just burning off all of the BS, right? And so what I'm seeing is a flame. It's a light. It's like white and it's light blue. It's like a not a metallic, but it's like an energetic, magnetized. It's like it's just setting. It's you have to just let it go through you, Nicole. Let it go through you. It's purifying you, but understand that it's a gift of yours too. It's not just here to purify you and leave. It's here to stay, and it's gonna keep pure inside of you. So in that case, I really meditate on it. So and then back to the example. It's time to talk, right? I was gonna title this and not safe for work, but I don't think I'm on the right platform for that yet. YouTube is a little bit questionable at times from what I see out there, and so I don't want to go too hard. So I'm gonna look at other platforms and see if I can like stream in or something like that. But there's a lot that needs to be said. And it needs to be said, and that's what I've been getting a lot of, because I have so much to say, and all I want to do is help, and I'll say it in every single way that it could possibly. Um, yeah, you're okay, Nicole. It's gonna startle you because it's a part of you that you want to you're gonna want to integrate with again. It's it's your flame, but it's the flame, and it needs its grounds. It needs us here to really ground it in, because I think so for me, it's that, I don't want to say things, wrong. I don't want to, put people, off, or, because a lot of this is, it's hard to understand, so it's easy to get confused. And there's just, I've been sort of censoring myself, if you will, in a way, right? But I just can't do that anymore. So I just can't, and so there's a lot of misnomers out there that I'm probably going to be talking a lot about. So I have a few here. Okay, let me get back to it. There's a bunch of notes because it's been a while. It's been about 2 weeks, right? So I did want to talk about the response. Oh, let me go with the one example. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna read this part. I don't know what to say about it because I wrote it in the moment. And again, unless I really start capturing myself in these moments, pieces are going to fall off. So I titled, it was either going to be titled NSFW or it was going to be titled The Obvious Truth. That's the original when I said it in the beginning. So I started just talking about history. I've said it before, how we're magic. The obvious truth is, it's like, and I've said this before too, it's like we all want a better world. We all want a better life. When are we gonna actually do that? I need you, and you need me. It's like we all need each other, but we think we forgot everything. History tells us that basically Columbus founded America. We met some Indians, figured out how to live, survive, and then we basically went to war with them and killed them. French Indian War, then the Revolutionary War, then the Civil War. I don't know if I'm saying them all in the right order. Basically since then we've been at war with everything. We got war on drugs, we got war on crime, we got war on hunger, we got war on terrorism, we got war on everything. And it's all because of this competition mindset. It's all because of, and I get into sports too. If you've watched me, you know how I feel about sports. I talk about that too. It's funny because it's great. I love it. It's fun. It's challenging. But it's that mindset. It's that mindset. We're so used to living in a mindset where everyone has to kill somebody else in order to have their reign and then make everything better. Like, I feel like I'm going insane on behalf of all of humanity. You know what I'm saying? So let's see, and it's all competition mindset. Man, if I could just share with you guys how much I do not care how many points you scored, but then I said could, because I think it's great. We just watched I don't know if I mentioned it, we just watched the Michael Jordan thing with the Chicago Bulls. It's on Netflix, man. It was awesome. I remember that. I was 6 years old when they won the first championship. So then, 8 years spread. So I was like 14. Oh, man, it's fantastic to see Michael. Woo! Watch that series. You'll know why he's the greatest basketball player to ever have done it to this day. It was awesome, it was inspiring. But it's that idea that it's like we forgot, it's not important, and if it's your achievement, if it's what you want to do in life, then great, that's fine. But if if I don't want to compete, well then who, it's just, we get into too many layers of, I'm number one and I'm better than you and we're the best country, and that was another thing I want to talk about too with the MAGA, the Make America Great Again, and I think I mentioned it a little bit before, but it's like, I love how it's a totally accepted phrase. No question, nobody asked about it, I didn't see it coming up out of anywhere. It just was here one day, right? Because it was on the news, so and I started cracking up because, recently, because to think of that concept, so MAGA, so Make America Great Again, I thought America was great. I thought we're living in the greatest country in the whole wide world, and America is the greatest, and America, and this. So at what point did anybody not mention when it stopped becoming great again? So MAGA is a totally accepted term. So we're all in silent agreement that America's not so great. Like, but we got to make it great again. Okay, yeah, I mean, yeah, that's a good idea. How about we try and make the whole world great? It's like I saw the meme, guys holding up a sign that says, like, can we finally get over this and admit all lives matter? Like, it's like, hello. But anyways, and I'm all for it. Yeah, let's make America great. Let's make all of it great, But I was cracking up because at some point, we all decided without anybody really making a post or an announcement anywhere that it's not. We got to get great again. When I thought it always was, So it's like, that consistency of thought. Okay, I'll get off that. Sorry, I'm blabbing. I didn't know if I wanted to get on today. Still a little, out of it, if you will. But I love this, and I knew I had to do this, because this brings me back, in a big way. So I didn't want to miss it. I don't like missing it, but I also don't really. I just want to sleep in a coma for a million years. But that's okay. Let's see. And again, right, so it's the fun, it's the fun that's being taken out of things, because, it's exactly why I quit Little League Baseball, like I was subbing for some other team, they didn't have enough people, it's Little League, whatever, right, and I was going to catch the ball, and I didn't have my mitt. I ended up having to borrow some other guy's mitt, because it wasn't in the bag or whatever, and so I had this little mitt, I got the tall, so I got bigger hands than most, but, and I caught the ball sideways. I was running to my backside, and I caught it, and it was way out in the outfield because I was subbing for another team. So they put subs in the outfield, let the kids on the team play where they want. And so I caught it, and then it just popped right out. Because I caught too much in the palm part. So I caught it, but it just like 2-3 seconds in the mitt, and then it just popped right out. And the coach, I used 2 hands. I'm like 10, 11 years old. I'm just like, yeah, I think I'm over this stuff right now. Like, it's like we stopped having fun. And there's that saying, did we get old? Or, you know what I mean? Did we stop having fun because we got old? Or did we get old because we stopped having fun? So it's like, so I was out. That's when I stopped Little League Baseball. And I love it to this day. I would love to play, and again, and that's what I'm saying. Yeah, it's your like number 1, number 2. I don't care. I don't care what number you are. And all this caring too much, it's what's getting everything out of whack. Because that's the difference between the analyzing, figuring everything out, and then the knowing. We all know love. We all know what we want and how we want to feel. We all know already, You don't have to analyze it. Hey guys. Hi Linda. Hi Unified. Thanks for coming, guys. Struggle so real, so tethered to things. Yeah, I feel like we're too tethered. We forgot how to just have the fun. We're too tethered to the outcome. Like way too worried. What does it say? Error, YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. You guys might get buffering. Okay, sorry. We got a lot of energy coming in because you guys just hopped on. Hi, guys. And there's responsibility in 5D. There's a lot of talk about everyone wants to go to 5D, 5D, 5D. Okay, well, discernment doesn't stop just because you're in 5D now, So, there's always that, and maybe I'll talk a little bit more on that. But we definitely have to be vigilant and keep our discernment up because it doesn't matter what D you're in. You have to keep your balance, right? Even if it's just keeping your balance, right? Coming through okay on your okay, cool. Yeah, I don't know if the error message is just gonna stay there forever. I don't know. It's the app. I think it's the app. So I have to, like I said, I want to look for other platforms and stuff. But I wanted to talk to a little bit about, like channeling and what's, a lot of people are coming into this stuff. And so I guess I'll start. So I wrote down the reason that the mind conflicts is because it's processing information that doesn't really compute. None of it really adds up. Like, and then this is what's happening with everybody in the world. All the different, so like I say, I want to try and do as many misnomers as we possibly as I can go over. Because it's like, water drought on a planet full of water. No, just no. Okay, like, and I'm not gonna argue anymore. All right, like, spirit, we're doing this or we're not. So that's where I'm at right now. But it's like we're on a water drought and we have all the water in the world. No, we have an infrastructure problem. We have a people who are not putting money into the right things. We have our taxes being wasted is what's happening. You know what I mean? Like, and again, I just get exhausted right now thinking about how many people need to realize this. It doesn't take science to figure out that we shouldn't have a water drought. I'm losing my mind, guys. I'm telling you, this place. I say that with love, because this is where we're all at. This is what's happening, and this is what we all need to start like talking about with each other. That's why I wanted to title it "The Obvious Truth," which nobody seems to be talking about. Which we are, more and more of us, right? But I'm just like, I'm pulling my hair out over here, guys. We need the infrastructure. We have the technology. We already have the technology. We need the infrastructure. So let me see. So, right, and so we don't believe we are magic. So nowadays, psychologically, so about channeling and what people are stepping into and intuition, right? So science is like constantly trying to like gauge spirituality or intuition, and it should. That's great. It's fine. But so for example, we have nowadays like psychology. For example, we'll say, okay, that guy over there saying he's talking to Jesus is crazy because A, B, C, D, E, F, G, right? And then so I wrote, okay, and then so depending on your religion, like he's real or he's not real, right? Okay, so who's deciding? Like who? So what was funny about it was I was saying like where's the science guys who are like, so okay, you're saying you're talking to Buddha. Let me see, make sure I catch everything. Right? So we have religion, or better yet, spirituality, and then we have this hard science, right? That also wants to wants to throw anyone into loony bin, right? I mean, we are like psychology. We have like, I'm going to gauge your state of well-being and your impact on the world, and you're a danger. I'm gonna put you when they're not dangers, so we're like, but the point was like, it's not like they have Buddha or Jesus in the back room, like, so it's like, yeah, I'm learning the channel and talking with Buddha, meditate a lot with Buddha, it's like, who's the guy who's like, no, you're not, right? I have a psychology degree, and so I know you're not talking to Buddha. You know what I mean? Like we have to stop, like, it's that linear logic, like thinking. Like, it's good to understand things in the natural order and how things work and how it's connected and how it's processed, but yeah, I don't know. I wanted to say that one because it was really funny when I was writing it out, I was just channeling Buddha. Yeah, no, because nobody's talking to Buddha. We got him right here. He's in the back room. Hey, Buddha, come on out here. See, you weren't talking to Buddha. You know what I mean? So it's like, we have to start judging people, by their intention, and not judging, but you know what I mean? Seeing what people are and not just being afraid, freaking out, and running, like it's, and it's funny, because like, it's like wusses. It's like I said in my one video. It's like we're all just big babies, you know what I mean? But it's hilarious because I see people all the time talking about tough love, this and that. Oh, and it's like, and and then because I get it, anytime you like meet someone new, and then you're like showing the love that you are, and you're being vulnerable, like I will always be, and I'm sharing, and I'm doing all that, and it's like, they give me there's that little moment of tough love, and I just look at them and go like, dude, just don't even start with me with the tough love. Like, I'm really over this, like, so it's like, you go over it and over it and over it, and you're beyond it, and you're beyond it, and you're beyond it, and then it's just, it gets to that point where it's like we still have to kind of, yeah, it's just, now I'm getting a headache. So, let's see. We're binging Flash. So so I know she's waiting on me. I'm gonna try to get back down there and try not to worry. I had a little things happen over the weekend with the same store, which those of you who know, what's going on with me, same store, same issue, and they're just breaking the law. So, so I'm just annoyed. I'm exhausted. So let's see. If I haven't said that a million times, this is why we're stuck. Oh, yes. What is it? Because we forgot who we are. It's not about you realizing that you're Cleopatra in your past life. It has nothing to do with her. But of course, she's a part of all of it. So, of course. Someone says I'm talking to Buddha or channeling or whoever, and like, how can science even be like, no, you're wrong? Yeah, okay, wait, I just kind of said that. Like, here he is, he's been here this whole time. Buddha, come out the back. So the question is what is spirituality exactly? Well, it's everything. It's in us, it's all around us, it's here right now. What is space? We're in space right now. We're floating in space right now. We're tethered to the earth. I mean, and then again, if you look at the energy, and there's really a gap between our feet. So, what is it? Spirituality, everything in around us. Blah 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 blah. Yeah, I don't have the energy that I had when I wrote this right now, so I apologize. Was that coming through? I'm trying to channel back in. Yeah, and so it's already here. It's already now. So your ability to do anything and everything is directly proportionate to how connected you are and how aligned you are to whatever it is. Doesn't matter, good, bad, happy, or sad. And then whatever it is that wants to manifest, into your life, and whatever it is, meaning, like I know on the galactic, on our roundtable, that you guys were mentioning Ashtar again, and there's that question, was Ashtar good or bad, and it's like at the end of the day, none of that matters. Ashtar's Ashtar. Doesn't really matter, right? Who's Mike Rolla? Well, I mean, I can have light, I can have dark, I can embody what I choose to embody, so who's what? It's not set in stone, it's not just, it's not so black and white, because you can get a message from a dark being, the darkest being of all beings, right? But if you know who, what it means to you, it doesn't matter who it's from. It doesn't matter who you're listening to. It doesn't matter, if you're taking the information, you're saying, like if you're online or if you're on YouTube and you're listening to like doomsday people, some people out there like really think the end of the world's totally come, I mean, like, yeah, and why doesn't that feel good? Because that's not what's happening, that's not right. Don't, that's resonating, so go somewhere where you do resonate and create that love. But it's knowing, you can listen to whoever you want to listen to, but are you going to believe it? Are you going to embody it? Are you going to bring it into the world? Are you going to, you know what I'm saying? And in the beginning, it's important to be careful of that, because of what you're looking at and what you're watching, because if you don't have the security in your mind, you don't have your defense set up, then you're going to, anything like that's going to, affect you, so, okay, yeah, I'll keep going. Tap out to get our inner child out of our granddaughter time. Cool. Yeah, have fun, Linda. Love you. Sending loves. So yeah. Oh, I'm dropping the pen. So what was I saying? Oh yeah, so and that goes into like, oh, I'm Archangel Michael. I'm this incarnation. I'm that incarnation. Listen, it's like sports. I don't care. I don't care. You know what I mean? What are you here to do? Why are you here? Right? And what's happening? Like, that's all I care about. Like, either you're here to help or you're not. And if you're not, we don't want you here. Like, sorry. Like, you can watch and you can, if you want to help. But it's really interesting. As you go through the layers, there's. It's why they say, you lose your self identity, and you become the I am, right? You lose your ego, and it's all gone, right? Because it doesn't matter. It doesn't, and that's that other saying too. Nothing matters in life unless you give it meaning, unless it matters to you. Everything just is what it is up until it affected you because you let it affect you because you wanted a different outcome. And it's only because you wanted a different outcome. That's why we're all affected here, right? We're creating that outcome, but it takes time. Excuse me. There it is. Got it. Okay. So, what else? Hashtag good or bad. Yeah, we don't believe you're magic. I said, yeah, I talked about we are magic. It's all around us all the time. We don't need a system. We don't need a government. We don't need a this. We don't need a that in order to live. So that was my other big one too. And I didn't want to not say enough about this. So let's see how this goes. Yeah, so this one is wants versus needs. And this is an important one because it's been hijacked, like everything. It all matters up to you and what you're going to do with the information, how it feels for you, and what you're going to do. You know what I mean? And nothing has to affect you unless you let it. And if something is coming, and it's pushing you, somewhere, go somewhere else. I mean, it's. And that's the importance of being flexible. So it's that realization that we've been living life and we've been structuring it all, but we forgot to be fluid. We forgot to be adaptable. We're all trying to put it all into a puzzle piece, black and white, but life, the only constant in life is change, so we constantly got to change. So, it's why it's like homeless people. They're going to make it. It's everybody else who's worried about rent and, college tuition. And I'm not saying you shouldn't be, doing these things, but, that guy who's used to having absolutely nothing, that's the guy that's going to last when anything happens. You know what I mean? Cause he knows where to get food and he knows where it's relatively safe to sleep at night. We're not going to know, if we get kicked out, but I think if anything like that happens, there's just going to be allowances. You can't, we can't all just all of a sudden, it's not going to happen the way some of these doomsday people are. They're just worried and they just compound their worry and then they speculate and they analyze and they logically, and then it's just like, oh no, it's like come back to the love, but yeah, that's what we're here for, to try and help remind them. So want versus need. So what I wrote is what I want is what I need. Okay, and now there's layers to that. Okay, now sure, there's the initial layer of needs versus wants. We all live in that fast-paced society. We want too much stuff, and there's just too many options. There's too much. We're all getting distracted. We're all getting off balance. So what you need, and so what? Okay, let's say it this way. So what you want is specifically directly proportionate to your soul's journey here. Why is it that you want that over there and you don't want that thing over here? Why is it you care nothing about that stuff, but you care about this stuff and you want it, Now you don't want to create, intense longing, and I'll never have that. You don't want to get dark on it, but you want it. That's fine. You know what I'm saying? But want versus need. There's the human phrase, wants versus need, which I think is relative because there's a lot of, 3D, we all want, like I said, want too much stuff. What do we really need? Let's learn to be grateful. Let's learn to appreciate, and we'll find things that vibrate of a lighter vibration that, fit into our lives, more appropriately, right? Instead of forcing everything in. So your wants are important. You know what I mean? They're not. Yes, you don't want to be like out of whack and losing. You like all the time, or I want that toy like kids. That's when it happens. We got to be careful with those kiddos. We want to give them everything in the world, but they don't need it. They don't need it. You know. And so what I wrote was basically like when you have what you need, then you're not going to be so preoccupied with them, and that's good. There's a freedom, there's a comfort, there's a baseline frequency that you will always be taken care of, that you've created and you've met, and that's good, and that's what we all want. But if you don't have your base necessities, you're going to want them. So this want versus need, it's like, if you don't have food in your belly, there's, and you're really hungry, there's not going to be a lot of other things you're going to be thinking about. Or if you do, you're still going to come back to food because you're still hungry, So wants versus needs, wanting things is okay. Wanting things is what makes us thrive. It's why we want them. We live in a world where we're just so okay, right? We're so programmed to be okay with, or that like to just not have stuff, oh, we just, yeah, well, I don't, or we can't have this and we can't have that. And we can only do this, we can only do that, or, all that kind of stuff. And that's all just from the world. That's just programming. You're not worthy for this, or you have to, spend your whole life, studying something just to be able to deserve to be able to do it, and it's just like, no, we can all meditate. Yeah, practice is going to get you way better at it, but, it's like we can all still do these things, and when we want something, we want to expand our energy fields. We want to expand our consciousness. We want to expand our experiences here on life. So it's very important that we realize that what you want is directly aligned with your higher self and who you are and what you're supposed to be doing here. You know what I'm saying? There's too much hijacking of all of these little terms, like want and then need. It's like want is good because want is what drives me to want to be here right now. If I didn't want the world to be a better place, if I didn't want anything in my own personal life, I would have never gotten to this point. Like, you know what I mean? Because and that helps because I see the connection. I understand how it's spiritual. I understand how it's all the same thing. It's all connected. It's all, so with that and my desire for humanity and harmony, it's like, this is literally why I'm here, because of my wants, like even your spiritual mission. We're up in space. What do you want to do? You want to go to Earth? Really? Not really, but I want to help. Like I want to make it a fun place. It's a really fantastic planet. It's incredible, and to live here in a full peace and harmony with nature and with the Earth. I mean, there it goes. I got chills. You see them? You see them? You know what I mean? It's like, you know what? That's why we're all here. We're trying to fix this place, right? But it's already fixed. Oh yeah, I just needed to get all jacked up for the first 20 years of my life so that now I can go back and fix it all when it was never a problem in the first place, right? And so and this is what happens. What does that mean, right? It means, right, if it's already set in its vision, if it's already there, we're living the journey again, we're going through it. So it's already okay, but you have to maintain that observer. You have to remember who you are, and again, it goes back to not taking life so seriously, like too much, none of this stuff matters. It's all hologram. It's all simulation. It's all, you know what I mean? It's all conscious creation, and it's all based on what we think. And this is why we all got to start thinking more lovingly. That's it. That's the first baseline frequency we need. More love, creation, togetherness, harmony, because we all want it. And so when you find yourself in life standing up for what you believe in, that's why you give it love. Because as soon as someone looks at you and they want to be mean, and you just smile at them and you're just like, hey, are you okay? Like it just cuts the tension. It's boom, right in the middle, right? I love cutting tension. Oh, if I could just go around the world rocking people's minds, I would love that. God, everyone who's stressed out, everyone who's worried, or anyone who's, I gotta go to war, anyone, I don't care who you are. It's like, I just want to like envelop you in like how much I don't care how many points you got, like, and there's a lot of people that are in that business. It's like politicians. They need our votes. They're all about the numbers. It's funny. Even work. Even some places at work. It's like, oh, numbers aren't the same as they were last year. Oh, really? Does anybody got an idea of maybe why? Like, because again, mental structure, logic says it should be like this. Adaptable, guys. Breathe. We gotta center point it all. But again, wants versus needs. There's a reason why I want. I don't know. I can't think of anything. The red apple and not the green apple. Is that Andrew likes green? Hey, what's up? Andrew likes green apples. I like red apples because they're sweeter, I think. There's more tart in the green, and they're both great. I'll eat either one. I really don't care. But I got a sweet tooth. I've always had a sweet tooth, right? What was I saying? It doesn't matter. Okay, right? Good or bad, doesn't matter. It's up to you. It's your opinion. It's like, but then clearly, hurting like someone who's unable to protect themselves. Well, yeah, that's not right. But is it what you're here to do? It's really interesting to like be here to like help so much, but then like just doesn't always work. More often than not, but it's working on the inside out. And that's why in the beginning of this, I mentioned that how Source, came and was just like, do you think that I can be defeated? For real? Come on, man. It was such a good moment that I just had with it. I just needed it, it was just like, but again, and so, like for me, I know all this, I've known it. I keep knowing it, keep going through it, keep knowing it, keep knowing it again, keep knowing it again. The reason why we're still having to repeat it and reiterate it is because it's still not sinking in for a lot of people in the world, because, I've been love and light my whole life. I've been compassionate, empathetic, caring, for most of us empaths, to the point of where I'm like, need to learn to say no and not take care of myself, like pushover, or, like, because I always give people the benefit of the doubt, and so, and it's interesting to think like, okay, that's what this world needs. So we have to do it, but I got to stop doing it because I'm getting exhausted and I can't handle doing this anymore. You know what I mean? So it's a really tricky thing here, like, so there's a reason why we keep revisiting it. It's not just for you. It's like I said earlier, we're winning for everyone. You are embodied so that you can feel what it's like to win, for love to be back, to come back again, and to have dominion, for everyone that's been before us, that we're not able to do so. We have to do it. We're doing that for, you know what I mean? Like, it's within you, and it's going to be a lot, that's going to come through all of us. I'm so glad you guys are here. I love you guys. I keep seeing all the hearts. What are you guys doing? Hey, crew. Oh yeah, Linda. Hey, bridging. Yeah, too much lack. We forgot our power. We forgot how strong we are. Fire alarms went off at work right after you were speaking about fire energy coming in. Nice. It's here. If you guys don't feel the Lion's Gate already, I've been feeling it for the past 2 weeks. And for me, it's like, where I got was, that's what I'm saying, is just talking, speaking the truth. There's too much trying to censor. There's too much, oh, don't say it like that. It doesn't sound good. It's like every relationship I've ever been in, like, don't say that. It doesn't sound nice. Yeah, well, like, sorry, but you need to pay attention. Some people, we got to start paying attention, and then there's that tough love, right? And it's like, I don't want to be just doing that and putting that on people, right? And then people give it to me when I try to be sensitive, and so I'm just like, I just, but, for me, I'm at this point where I'm not, it's like everything I've just been saying. I don't care. I don't care anymore. Like, I don't care who thinks I'm light, who thinks I'm dark. I don't care who thinks I am who. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just don't care anymore. You know what I mean? Because I know who I am. I know what I'm here for. I know why you guys are here. You guys know why you're here. You guys know why I'm here. Like, let's just do this. Right? We all want it. And we just gotta start talking about it. It's like I say, like, was it the drought, water drought? Come on, man. Like, and it's kept so low rised. It's kept down, so hidden, like, just ignore it. No, I'm not ignoring it anymore. I can't. I just can't. I cannot live in a world full of complete retardation, right? I'm sorry. I don't know what else to call it. Well, I mean, do know what to call it. We know what it is, but it's like, if this, it's like at my wit's end, So, appreciate you guys getting on. I'm sorry. I love all you guys. I knew it's going to be kind of heavy today. That's why I didn't get on last week. This is still going for me. Because again, it's like, oh, just remember your love and light, and remember I'm holding the light, and remember I just have to clear my energy fields, and just remember, we know, we've known. Jesus knew. That's why I go and talk to him. Jesus is still waiting too. Well, not him personally. You know what I mean? But I just get annoyed. So I love you guys. Sorry, I have to get that out. Like, yeah, we all know, Spirit. We all know. We get it. All right, we're changing it. Yeah, we've been changing it. We're still changing it. Yep. Okay, it's still going. Yeah, we know. You're love and light. Yeah, I know. Tell everyone else that. Right. I'm tired of having to prove it to people. I'm tired of having to defend myself. I'm tired of having to, you know what I mean? Like, God's sovereign free. Love is what's gonna last. All right. Okay. Well, I hope. I keep saying, like, okay, you want me to believe? All right. Give me this one thing. Give me this one thing. Give me this one thing. And then we'll see, guys. So I'm setting my manifestation. I'm setting my grids. I'm setting my locations. I'm charging all my centers, and I'm anchoring it. So it's just taking a lot of work for me, while I'm also working, and I'm creating my sacred space wherever I possibly can, which means it's inside of me. So it's a lot to take everywhere all the time when I need to sleep. Taking the green or red apples out of the equation. Nice. Hey guys. How do you get out of lack mentality? Oh, hey, bridging. Cool. That's a good example. It just really, how to get out of lack mentality. It's you have to, it's different for everyone. And there's a lot of ways. But it's, so for me, I did a lot of Taoism and Tai Chi and chakras and stuff like that, and internal alchemy, it's called, or whatever, 5 element Chinese elements, and the 6 animal sounds, I think, and the animals, the coloration, the microcosmic orbit, like the meditation, so for me, my transformation was all just internally. And it was all chakra based, so it was all energy centers. So if you want to get out of a lack mentality, you got to empower its opposite, and that's the way it works in any situation. So think of it, look at it, step away, look at it. What is anything? It's energy, So what kind of energy is it? It's a lack energy, okay, but it's a positive lack energy. It's not a negative energy. You know what I mean? It's not a negative abundance energy. I mean, I guess you could describe it as that, but what it is more so is a positive lack energy, and so you have to decrypt it and you deconstruct it in that way. So it's why, like, when people explain all the spiritual, and like what we can do, like, but what do we really do? What do we, and then like the answer is always like, go inside and eat healthier and drink more water. And, like I remember seeing on somebody posted on a comment in some video where they just like, it was like all caps. They were just going off. They were just like, yeah, I'm so sick of this. Every time spirit, and I'm talking to people, and every time I ask, everyone just says, go inside. That's all anybody says, and nobody's giving me a reason and what to actually do, and then I just kind of like smiled, and I gave them, I wish I remember the example. It was a really good example that I had at the time, and it was just one of those things like, all you can do is go inside. Like, I don't know what else to tell you, right? Because I'm not here to fix it for you. You're here to fix it for you specifically in your division. Why you look the way you look, why everything is the way it is for you, so we just share, it's like, you have to go inside. So for me, it's, if you want to get out of the lack mentality, you have to realize that there is no lack mentality. It's all a creation in your own mind. You're creating a lack mentality, so you deconstruct it. And so it's individualized. This is why, like, psychologists work for people, is because they're deconstructing their own brains. Just, they have somebody to talk to. So it looks like they're not crazy or whatever, if people have insecurities or whatever, because you don't need a psychologist. You can talk to yourself. You can talk to your higher self. You can talk in front of a mirror. You can talk to yourself. You can talk it out, but most people don't, we don't really do that because, I don't know, there are too many programs. I don't know why we don't do that, because we judge so harshly for silly things, But for me, it was really just that it's that understanding that, everything's infinite. Everything is infinite, and because again, it depends what you mean when you say abundance, and then there's layers. Like, if you're talking about abundance of love, or you're talking about like abundance of income, of wealth, or if you're talking about abundance of health, there's going to be all different things, but they all do connect. Like they say, even an emotional trauma, can have physical effects, and I mean, to us, that's obvious, right? Obviously, it has a mental can have a physical effect. It can have, right? And so why are you feeling any of the way that you're feeling? Because you grounded it into your emotional body using your brain, using your logic. You're saying, because that's what everybody's doing. Everyone who's trying to like find the truth by like looking for like, proof and evidence, and it's like, well, I've said this before. Don't look at the broken world for evidence that it's being fixed. You're not going to see it there. You're not going to see it, and so that's why you step away from like media and news and stuff, and then you start to see like, oh, look at us coming together. Look at all these other people that are coming together. Look at all the good that's being done in the world. I mean, there really is. So it's you. It's like you have to realize. Anybody, I say you, I'm saying, like me too, you have to realize that it's all just where you vibrate at. That's it. But you have to have your observer. This is why meditation it's crucial for people starting out, because if you don't have a place of 0 point energy, where it's like just, your observer place, the whatever you want to call it. I like saying 0 point too. It's really cool. It just sounds, like all techie or whatever, you're not going to be able to see your life. You're not going to be able to see the lack that you are putting on yourself, and the lack that you're, so, and this goes into wants and needs, like I was saying earlier. So, you want it, but do you need it? And if you have everything you need and you still want it, then you work towards achieving that vibrationally, So the most of the reason why everyone is still stuck wherever they're at, no matter how much they're studying, or no matter how many degrees they have, like if you're just regurgitating what's in a textbook, then yeah, I mean, hey, you learned a great skill, right? You definitely learned something, but evolution, expansion into love, into harmony, you know what I mean? It doesn't, science book, I don't need to know math in order to love you, right? I don't. I don't need to know math in order to get that banana out the tree. I'll figure it out. Be like Sherlock Holmes in the trajectory and in his mind, and then you can throw a rock, a little penny. He'll just like, if I hit the penny at the right angle, reflect it off, it'll cut right through that root, or whatever, that stem, yeah. I saw your message pop up and I wanted to read it, and then I went, no, wait, I want to wait. But okay, I'm going to read it. Oh, yeah, thanks, Bridging. I'm glad it helped, Yeah, Nicole. Yep. Especially now. You got to balance yourself every day. I'm doing it every day, but I'm like having to do it every day. You know what I mean? And you usually do. Like, there's layers, like in the beginning, especially when you're pulling yourself out of that heavy, the human, you want to ground often. Even if you don't meditate, just go outside a lot, seriously, it's going to do you wonders, because, and you won't even know it, because you'll not get the symptom, so but keep it up, like that's, I think, the funny part is, sitting around until I felt that assumption symptom, man, I should have went outside, but then you go outside, you never have them, and you're just like, I can hang out here, and I'm, and just no, go outside again, don't forget, gotta go outside. And it's really your connection, right? Because the only reason anything's happening to you, it's because of where you're at. Everything. But if you can't observe yourself in all aspects, you know what I mean? It's just like how we can observe each other. We can analyze, or we can understand each other, and we can put this together. Like with Andrew, he's scanning people. It's like we can scan. You can scan people. We're learning to do this stuff, and you can, but at the end of the day, it's up to me. Like, it's who I am. It's all going to be up to me to be who I am, and to, and for you and for us to, communicate that, and I think we assume too much, sometimes in life. We assume too much of each other. We assume we know, someone, and it's really cool in the course with William and everyone. We there's a section in there, what you think others think about you. Right? So what are you projecting? You know what I mean? That you think someone's think, it's really, and it's a great, what do they call those things? It's a great module, right? In learning to channel and learning to become, in the center point and all that. So, yeah. Shout out to William. Love you guys, all you guys. William, Normal, Lorraine. I shared that in the group too. They were doing that. I didn't get to see the whole thing, but that was cool there, to see Melina. Melina's out there. She's actually get on site, so that's cool. I wish I could have felt that energy there, It's really cool. But yeah, shout out to everybody. Yeah, all right, I'm getting my message. Hey, that was like 57 minutes. Oh, look at 2 minutes ahead now. There's that required missing key. So this is going to be live all the rest of the day today. All right. So you'll just have to scroll back and watch it. But all right. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to see your guys' messages anymore at this point. Yeah, meditation is huge, especially for the muggles. I think it's such a cute name. I always like saying muggles, but yeah. Okay, so let's see. Okay, Source is coming in. He wants to say more about how, everything's okay. And like this one said, be adaptable. Stop, limiting yourself in scope of what you can or can't do. This is also lack mentality. It is not about needing to do everything, but it is about knowing what it is you want to do and doing it and being it and becoming it. And now he's referencing the Michael Jordan. You know, if you watch that, Jordan was determined. That's why he won. That's why he led that team, you know, and it wasn't just him. Like, you know, they wouldn't have made it without the whole team, right? You know, but it's like, I'm getting chills. You know, when someone is that determined, you ain't gonna stop him. You know, like, there's a reason why he's the best basketball player ever. Like, there's a reason. Watch it. That man is insane. You know, I would not have wanted to practice with him at all. You know, but what an inspiration, you know, for the whole world. And that's what they talk about in it too. It's really cool. It's called The Last Dance, the series about the Bulls, Chicago Bulls. And it works for me. I was from Chicago, but, you know, anyways, even still, I mean, it was incredible. But, you know, so, okay, source, yeah, you know, yeah. He just says, my will is absolute. Right. And my will is your will, and your will is my will. We spoke about this. I've spoken about this. Okay, I'll give an example. So my girlfriend at one point said to me, we were talking about it, and I was explaining, like, no, unconditional love, where you unconditionally love, you forgive, all that, you know. And she says, well, isn't all love conditional, though, you know? And then I was just like, and I stopped for a second. I went, you know, that's actually right. That's actually true, because even God wanted to experience something, and now we have all this stuff. It's conditional, right? So it's really, you know, and that's another hijack term, you know, condition. I mean, it's just the situation. It's just the condition. It's not, you know, you can still unconditionally love, you know, with conditions, right? But like with any condition, you know what I mean? But if any condition makes you not love, okay, that's, you know, that's fine, you know. But that's just like every light worker's plight who's given out too much of themselves, and they need to say no. You need to say no. You need to stop. You know, you're giving too much out. You gotta, you know, rein it back in a little. That's okay, you know. And so you go from, like, it's not about bad or good. It's not about forward or backwards. I mean, it is. We want to move forward because we're evolving, you know. But it's like, you know, it doesn't matter, because everything just is what it is. Period. Right? And so, what does it mean to you? What can you do? What can, you know? It's like, what, you know? It's, you know, I guess, you know, it's like when. That's why I talk about, you know, the dark ones, or the dark, you know, beings. It's like, God, they're just, I wish they'd get it, you know? I feel so bad for them, you know? All they're doing is just trying to, you know, scare people all the time. It's like, what are you guys doing? Like, you guys could be having so much more fun, you know? You know, but it's tough in life, I think, to come to such a heavy place, and then, you know, and like I said, you know, don't look at the world. It's like that saying, in a world of craziness, the crazy one individual is probably the sane one, you know. It's like water droughts. Like, please, if there's anything that happens from this one video, please, anyone who sees this, can we all just stop, like, agreeing with whoever this people are so important that we need to agree with them, that are saying we have water droughts? Okay, I'm staying on until my rise back up. Started talking again. Sorry, you know, it's just, you know, sometimes I just want to take a nap. Okay, guys, I love you. I'll stop bothering you. Bugging you with my, you know, my energy right now. I'm going to go take care of it some more and not look forward to next week. Okay, yay for Sundays, my sort of day off. Much love, guys. I hope it helped. Hope it explained some stuff for you guys. I love you guys infinitely and eternally and unconditionally and conditionally and all of it. This is all the same thing. Doesn't matter. right? No, I'm just kidding. Right? Like, don't get confused, guys. The love. Everything starts with love. That's it. Whew. Come on, love. All right, guys. I'll see you later.